true number. So anything that we can do to trim that number down
Yeah.
and make it more cost effective, exactly what you're saying,
Because the
makes
cost,
sense.
the costs that are on that paper also include her salary, the electric and all that,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I understand that.
The
But
total,
what
yes.
I'm saying is, it's not to make profit on it,
No, it's
but
to
not to,
break even at that.
and
Come a little bit closer.
many people in town pay a private carding service, so it's not fair to have, the people that use it, that don't use the dump, like, I use it with the coop, I use it, and other people use it maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but we can't be losing this kind of money.
No, and you know, I think it's beneficial to, and there's a lot of value to what you're saying, I
And
think it's beneficial to look into
James
that
and I
and
looked
up
at it.
some numbers.
James and I looked at it last year, and that's how we came up with changes, because it hadn't been looked at for so many years.
But also what comes into play, Willie, which we kind of didn't
Yeah.
account for, we went by the size of the garbage bag,
Right?
right? When it goes out, its weight. We don't know what's in that garbage bag. If it's
Exactly.
20 pounds or if it's 60 pounds.
Yeah, we don't know.
So, why don't we do this, why don't we look into this?
Yep.
I mean, there's only 3 of us.
But, no, that's
But why
what
don't we
we
look
started
at
to
this
do.
and look at the options and put the numbers down, numbers don't lie.
Right.
And we can overlay the numbers right along with what we're charting here, and we're looking at the trends over the last
Well,
5 years, 3 years, this year.
the reason why I brought it up right now,
Mhm.
because we're looking at it, but people think that we only come here twice a month. We're working in the back, trying to
Non-stop.
figure out everything.
Non-stop. So, yeah, those are real numbers, so I appreciate the fact that you brought that to our attention even further, but, yeah, I think there's value in looking at that and trying to get some numbers and see what we can come up with. And just remember, you know, that when we do something like that, or we start talking about something like that, we have to do that in conjunction with the highway department, they're the ones that maintain the property. Ulster County Resource Recovery Agency, they're the ones that move the containers. And also, the person who's actually running the transfer station right now will have some knowledge and ideas as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll put that all together and we'll try to present something back to the board. Sound good?
Yes, I know it's not public input, but somebody's waving at us. I don't know if you want to let her.
Go ahead.
I would suggest first, talk to Accra and ask them if you could have the kind where the door is, so that people could put the garbage in and close the door.
You know.
I don't know if they'll allow
we-
that for garbage or
No,
not, but
currently, we have that for our recyclables.
I know.
The problem is with that, when you take and you throw a bag over the container and
Mhm.
into the container, which is lower than the ground you're standing on.
Right.
You don't have any problems with it rolling out of the container, you don't have any problems with it rolling back onto you.
Mhm.
So to have a door, it just doesn't seem like that would be a good use of a dumpster per se, because you'd be pushing back a pile of garbage constantly. But we'll have that
Yeah.
conversation, we'll ask.
We asked what we could do.
well, I know I put the paper in the paper one all the time and close,
Yeah.
and
there's doors on
they
that, which
they
is
close
fine.
the door at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, well,
And that would require nothing except asking.
oh, yeah.
And if that
And
doesn't
we'll
work,
do
then
that.
I think it's a great idea to build a little cover of some
Cover.
sort,
Yep.
and they can slide this thing under the cover.
We will do that. All right, so, we will have a report hopefully next meeting or the meeting after that on that. Under number 6, the business onto it is, considered the short-term rental law. So we do have a short-term rental law that we have been working on, and, we put it together, and there is quite a bit of work that's going into this. As any law proceeds, what we have to do is we have to send this to Ulster County Planning, and they take a look at it as well, and, they will give us their input. I will tell you that Ulster County Planning only meets 1 day a month, and that is the same night as tonight, the very first Wednesday of the month. So we will be on the agenda for the very first Wednesday of September, and they will review the battery, excuse me, I've got 2 different things going here. I've picked up the wrong one because I don't have the other one in my hand. The short-term rental law, they will have that on the agenda for the first Wednesday of the month in September. And with, their blessings, so to speak, and their comments, and us, doing the tweaking of that, the anticipation is the second meeting of the month, we will set a public hearing for that, either the second meeting of September or the first meeting of October, and we will introduce the short-term rental law. And what that is going to cover is that's going to cover the Airbnbs and the short overturn rentals that, folks do in their homes or in the accessory apartments of their house. But short term is basically 1, 2, or 3 nights. Next on the agenda is the battery storage law. Right now, currently, we are in a moratorium, and that is, we passed that moratorium to kind of slow things down and not put any kind of a possibility or a approval process or even start that process on the battery storage. And we have developed a battery storage law, and we have gotten that back from the attorney, and that as well will be on the agenda for the Ulster County Planning for their comments on the first Wednesday of the month in September. And the same thing, the anticipation would be at that time, given their comments and the process that we're in, we'll set a public hearing for that as well and move forward towards that. Next, we have the Veterans Memorial, and we received a packet of information here, and it is Town of Plattekill Highway Department, Robert Weger Sr., Superintendent of Highways, to the Town Board of Plattekill, Robert Weger Sr., and this is Veterans Memorial bid proposal. It says, please review the bid proposal that we have put together regarding the completion of a few items at the Veterans Memorial. The proposal includes the installation of a granite sign, landscaping around the sign with electrical work for lighting, and paving of the parking lot. The etching of the sign is not part of this proposal, but would be done with the same time frame. A separate proposal will be provided for traffic barriers to protect the memorial. Excuse me. Please review the dates we provided for advertising, opening, and reviewing for the approval. Any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. So this packet of information, upon approval, will be sent to the town clerk's office, and the folks who would like to bid on this will be given the opportunity, and we will also advertise this. So is there any questions from the board?
I would assume this was all stuff that was also covered with the Veterans Committee,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I believe they
I think
had
it's
a
been in
meeting.
planning for a while.
Yep, we were able to recover some of the money that we initially sent back, and this will give us the opportunity to spend the rest of the grant and finalize. Good?
Yes.
So I will make a motion to go ahead and move forward with this and advertise for bid as outlined under the request from the highway superintendent.
I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay. Next, we have the property off Camp Sunset. So back last year, I'm going to say a year ago, January, I started having conversations with Mr. and Mrs. Braun. They were the owners of the property on Camp Sunset, formerly known as the paintball property. And they had approached me and with the intention or the desire or the request to see if the town was interested in that property. That property was one of the properties in conjunction with a couple of other ones in town that actually also was cited for a landfill, a countywide landfill. Of course, at that time, the charge was brought forward to eliminate all possibilities in the town of Plattekill, given the sense that we already paid our dues with 2 huge Superfund sites that we currently had, and one that we still have in the town of Plattekill. But the desire with Mr. Braun with retiring, he was in hopes trying to sell that property or do something with the town of Plattekill, and we turned around and researched, myself, board members. We put a lot of time and effort in looking for different host organizations. We went through Walk Hill Valley Land Trust. There was different Ulster County agencies, the DEC, other state agencies, Open Space Institute, the Hudson River Keepers. There was probably not very many rocks that we didn't look under to find financing or granting possibilities. That being said, again, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So if we did acquire that property, it would come at an expense to the town to maintain it, keep eyes onto it, insure it, and do whatever provisions that we have to do. And it would be a great opportunity to keep open space. But I just didn't see where the value was to tie up so much money and have to put so much, I guess, fingers onto that project to maintain it and keep it whole. So we started looking at other possibilities, and I did reach out at one point and talked to a neighboring county, Orange County, and spoke to the town of Newburgh. And right now, the town of Newburgh is interested in possibly acquiring a portion of that property to protect their water source. So wherever they are in the stages with the Crohn's, just let everybody know that that's where that project is going. I've been asked by numerous people what's going on with that, and just to give people the heads up that there are possible negotiations right now where the town of Newburgh may acquire some of that property to protect the water source for the Orange County area, town of Newburgh. All right, so that is that. And at this time, it is 7:35. I make a motion to open up the floor for public input.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion with second to open up the floor for public input at 7:35 PM. We look at the crowd, I believe.
Annette Liskowski. Three things. First, summer camp. My grandsons went to the first 3 sessions.
Yeah.
They had a ball. They had fun. It was great. I still am upset about not having a discount, but you'll take care of that for next year. But they did have a good time. It was really, really good.
In respect to the discount for multiple children?
Yes.
Yes, and that is something that we're gonna address. We definitely made notes onto that. And thank you for sharing that with us, a good experience with summer camp. Heard nothing but great things about that. The kids were always down there doing something. Even on inclement weather, they went down to the Platteville School, they went on a lot of trips. I heard nothing but good things, and the program was run very well. I think it was very secure, professional, and the kids had a blast. They really did. So I appreciate that.
Enjoyed it.
Yep.
Second question, I'm happy to see the camera.
Yep.
How is that gonna be seen?
Tonight, we are filming the town